So I've been playing on my new Steam Deck OLED literally for hours, almost every single day since getting it over 3 months ago on Christmas Day. So have I found the handheld to be fantastic over this time, or is it a fail and time to put it in my drawer to collect dust, just like my old Steam Deck LCD did before I sold it to a great shop here in the UK called CEX? So let's dive straight in, and I'm sure that you've watched tons of Steam Deck OLED review vids already, so I'm just going to blast out 12 of my top thoughts on the device because your time is valuable. So the first thing to state is that I just love the fact that the Steam Deck OLED comes in a case. And I love this because Valve didn't really have to include one at all, Asus with the ROG Ally don't, but it really does show that handheld makers go the extra mile for us gamers to include one, especially Valve, because this case is so good. The second thing is that it's amazing just how light the Steam Deck OLED feels. One of the big reasons why my old Steam Deck LCD ended up collecting dust is that it just felt heavy and clunky, and I don't know what wizardry Valve have done with this, but long gaming sessions on the OLED now truly do feel like a joy. At 3 is that although an extra 4 inches shouldn't make a difference.
That's what she said.
Michael, please.
There he is.
Please.
Mwah! There he is.
The reality is that this does make the screen so much more immersive, especially when playing Steam games that fill the whole screen. And so this new 7.4-inch screen size that the OLED has feels so right. And I'll talk more about the screen in just a few moments. The fourth thing is that the trackpads on the OLED feel so much snappier compared to my old LCD Steam Deck. Now on the OLED, it truly does feel a joy in navigating using the trackpads, especially all around the desktop so fluidly and smoothly, and I actually look forward to using these now, unlike on the old LCD model. And at 5 is not only are the touchpads snappier, but the touchscreen is too. In fact, the OLED in general is just so much snappier that I had to research this, and although the LCD and OLED both have the same Zen 2 processor and 16GB of RAM, the memory speed has increased by a fifth to 6400 MTS, which makes the overall feel, including the touchscreen, feel just super responsive. The sixth aspect of the OLED is that SteamOS really does give this handheld a true console-like feel. I just love the incredible level of customization that's available on the Steam Deck OLED, with my favourites being the ability to customize artwork that I covered in this vid, and also being able to change the whole user interface theme that I covered in this vid, links in the description. At 7 truly is a game changer feature of the OLED, which is this. Yes, sleep and resume on the OLED is another feature that really does offer true console-like functionality. It makes it almost feel like a Switch Pro, to be honest, and the fact that we can just press sleep mid-game, then come back just a few hours, days or even weeks later and resume where we last left off is something just not possible on the Ally or other Windows-based handhelds. At 8 is the incredible battery life of the OLED, where you can easily get 8, 10 or even up to 12 hours. Yes, you heard that right, 12 hours of battery, which is insane. My dad was unfortunately rushed to hospital this week, and there were days by his side where I was playing my OLED on and off for about 8 hours each day, and I still had 25% battery left when I charged it at home after playing games like Tears of the Kingdom, which is a much better experience on the Steam Deck OLED compared to playing it on my Switch OLED. The ninth aspect of the OLED I want to highlight is how good it is to be able to use an SD card. Regular viewers to the channel know that I absolutely love my ROG Ally, but Asus really dropped the ball in regards to this SD card issue that's plagued the handheld. So now being able to have all this extra space for tons more games without having to need to swap out the SSD is glorious. At 10 are 2 killer apps that work awesome on Windows devices like the Ally, but somehow are even better on the Steam Deck OLED. The first is the Check If Your Deck app to remote play our PS5. I did a setup guide on this, link in the description, and just wow, the HDR support it now offers for our PS5 games make it an even better remote play experience than even my PlayStation Portal. And the second killer app is EmuDeck. Again, my tutorial link in description, that has this gorgeous user interface and allows us to play pretty much any game ever released and to relive our childhoods. Let's talk about the screen, and at 11, what hit me about the OLED is that obviously the 800p display just does not have that razor-like sharpness of the gorgeous 1080p Full HD screen of the Ally, which is particularly noticeable in game menus with smaller text or in the desktop with lots of tiny icons and text too. And this is pretty jarring if you also spend many hours a day playing a full 1080p device like I do with the ROG Ally, which does offer the extra crispness that adds to the level of immersion in games. However, linked to this, and finally at 12, is the killer feature of this updated version of the Steam Deck, which is obviously that incredible OLED display. No YouTube videos like this do it justice. You simply have to see how games pop off the OLED screen in person, with blacks being true blacks and vibrant games particularly benefiting from the display. That at many times actually makes you forget about the lower 800p resolution because of just how stunning it is. So as you can tell, I'm absolutely blown away by the Steam Deck OLED. It is night and day better than the old LCD model in every way possible. And while it's not perfect like any handheld, such as the lack of native Game Pass, the lower 800p display, and in no way being able to handle the very latest demanding games at high resolutions and frame rates, the Steam Deck OLED may just be the perfect PC gaming handheld to suit your needs. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Steam Deck OLED. How would you rate it if you do have one, or are you thinking of upgrading from the old LCD model? Spoiler alert, you absolutely should. Or are you close to buying one? Let us know in the comments. And hey, hit like if you found this helpful, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as a little extra bonus for watching right to the end of the video, here's an awesome quote. Life is too short to argue and fight. Count your blessings. Value the people who love you and make the most of each day. Life really is too short, as I was reminded this very week, as I mentioned with my dad almost passing away. So let's stay away from negativity, value our closest friends and family, and stay encouraged today, guys. Check out the vid on the top right to see how to customize game artwork if you have an OLED, and the bottom right if you're thinking of getting one regarding the 512 or 1GB model. I appreciate every single one of you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.